To the left, please.
Be sure to get my good side. Oh, wait. That's right. All my sides are good sides. Peasant, what time is it?
It's 9:15, sir.
I have a power nap scheduled for 10:30 a.m. Beauty rest, you know. Oh, wait, you probably don't know.
Okay, everyone, on 3, please.
Wait, let me find my motivation. There it is. Counting down my chi in 3, 2, 1. I thought you were going to provide a countdown.
I'm sorry, sir. Thought your chi was still centered.
Sir, please. Peasant. I am centering my chi, and then you will provide the appropriate countdown. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sire.
Yes, sire. Whatever. On 3. Here we go.
Peasant,
We're gonna...
please. Does this look like the face of someone who has the chi centered? No, it does not. I will count down my chi. You will count down to 3. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Centering my chi in 3, 2, 1.
And we're beginning in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Peasant Valley children. You can probably tell from my radiant skin and great hair that I am royalty. I am King Guapo, and I would like to welcome you to this week's episode of Valley Kids Online. How's this? I think this gets my chiseled chin, doesn't it? Let's shoot from this direction. On today's episode, we hear Jesus' second story, a parable about weeds and wheat. It involves a wealthy landowner like myself, his servants, probably like you, his evil enemy like King Hermosa, whom I hate because he thinks he's so good looking, but he's not, he's ugly. Sorry. And vicious, noxious weeds. That's right. Let's try this angle, shall we? Let's try this angle. How about this? I like this angle a lot. It accentuates my long, lithe neck.
Your line is, let's get started.
What?
Let's get started.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Let's get started. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting lightheaded. I'm losing oxygen. Welcome back to Valley Kids. Our 2 favorite contestants are with us again, Carson and Kate, joined by Cannon as well, who wanted to be in this shot right now. We are talking about one specific parable today on Valley Kids, and that is the parable of the wheat and the weeds. Have you ever heard this story before?
Nope.
A landowner goes out and plants wheat, but at night an enemy comes in, sneaks in, and puts weed seeds everywhere. So the next day, they don't know which one is wheat and weeds. Today we're playing a special game called Find the Wheat. And the key is, you're going to be picking up cups, and underneath is either wheat or weeds. And if you find the weeds, you lose all the points you've gathered so far. Each wheat is worth 5 points, and you can keep collecting points until you hit a weed and all your points are erased. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is King Guapo, and I have questions for you. Do you tire of having filthy peasants get close to you? Are you weary of the hoi polloi and the common rabble? Do you fear that the poverty of the lower class might seep into your own private castle? Then you need Guapo Peasant Repellent. Guapo Peasant Repellent is guaranteed to keep dirty commoners away using our patented AAA recipe. And GPR is easy to use. Simply aim, spray, and enjoy watching those filthy peasants run for their lives, screeching like an eagle being murdered. General Machismo writes, Guapo Peasant Repellent didn't just change my social skills, it also improved my mental health. I used to be so sad when I saw the amount of poverty-stricken people in my kingdom. But with GPR, I don't ever see them anymore. It's just like your motto says, out of sight, out of mind. Now I feel so free to wallow in my personal wealth without being bothered by peasants. Hundreds of kings, dictators, and tyrants have testified to the strength of our Guapo Peasant Repellent. You too can sleep easy at night knowing that poor, dirty people are far, far away from you. Order now and get a mini keychain bottle of GPR for free. Our mini spray is perfect for urchin children and old ladies. Guapo Peasant Repellent. Keep peasants out of sight and out of mind.
All right, Kate and Carson, it is time to try to find the wheat and avoid the weeds. Each cup either has a picture of wheat underneath or a picture of weeds. If you get a wheat, you will take that piece of wheat and put it on your side to tally your points. But if you choose a weed, you will immediately lose all of your wheat. Are you ready to play?
Yeah.
Kate, you are the girl in the group. However, every week you go first because you're the girl in the group. So this week we're gonna let Carson go first. Carson, you get to choose the first cup. And he chooses? Oh, take the weeds out. Hey, that's a pretty good chance. I mean, it's good that you get the weeds over with very quickly because that means you lost no points. You can put the cup on the ground, but keep the weeds up. Kate, your turn. Go ahead and choose. Oh my goodness, 2 weeds in a row. Wow, that means nobody has points. Carson, your turn. Oh my goodness, how are you getting weeds right away?
Get weeds over with.
All weeds so far. Kate, your turn.
I got gluten.
All right, wheat. That means, Kate, you are winning 5-0. All right, Carson, your turn. Carson gets wheat as well. Carson, you get wheat. That means 5 points. You can put your weed on the floor. That way we're not confused about how many points you have. All right, it's 5-5. Kate, your turn. Choose carefully. Nice. It is 10-5. Kate is in the lead. Carson, your turn. Wheat again. Great job. It is 10-10, tied up. Kate, your turn. She's going way over and gets wheat as well.
Oh no. Okay,
So we got to mix it up. We'll pause for a second. All right, we have reset the cups because Kate accidentally knocked over one saying it was a weed, so now the weed is hidden again. It is Carson's turn. His score is right now 15-10, Carson. Kate is in the lead. Wheat. Nice. So right now, it is tied up 15-15. Kate, your turn. She's going way over. Wheat. Nice, Kate. It is now 20-15. Carson, just avoid the weed, and you will be okay. Oh, wheat. All right, so what are we tied up again, right? 20-20. It's 20 all. Kate, just avoid. I will tell you, there definitely is a weed in there because you know that, so just try to avoid the weed. Oh, nice job. 25-20. Carson, your turn. Choose carefully. Don't get a weed. If you get a weed, it's all over. Oh, no, Carson. All of your points are gone. The only way to win now is if there is one more weed in here, then Kate could lose. So, Kate, there's only 2 cups. You just have to choose the correct one. Just don't choose a weed if there is a weed in there. I can't remember if there's another weed or not. All right, Kate, here she goes. If she gets wheat, she's already won. But let's see what she gets. Here she goes. Will she choose the one closest to her or the one furthest away from her? Carson got the last weed, and the score is what, Kate? What did you have, 25, 30? 30. Unfortunately, Carson, this week you were the loser. Great job, both of you, at playing wheat and weeds.
All right, we've been looking at chapter 13 of Matthew, a chapter in which Jesus tells parables or stories that have a secret heavenly meaning. Now, Matthew chapter 13 is actually stories all about one thing, and that is the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God. Now, the kingdom of God, quite simply, is God's king ruling over God's people. And of course, you know, God's king is Jesus. So these stories are trying to help us understand how Jesus will eventually become king over everything, even though it doesn't look like it right now. Now, after Jesus tells the story of the 4 seeds, he tells another story about a very wealthy landowner.
Like me?
Well, I guess.
I'm a wealthy landowner. I'm a king, actually. Lots of land. So much land. I can barely keep up with it all.
Nice. Well, this wealthy landowner uses his land to grow crops.
Crocs?
No, crops.
Oh, I thought you said Crocs, those hideous rubber shoes that the peasants wear. Crops. Okay, carry on.
Thanks. So he sends out his servants to plant the seeds.
Oh, I have servants. So many servants, because I'm a king. So many servants, I can barely keep track of them all.
Right. So they plant the seeds in order to grow wheat, but in the middle of the night, the landowner's evil enemy sneaks into the field and plants seeds that will grow a very dangerous weed.
Oh, an enemy like King Hermosa, who thinks he's so strong and beautiful, but he's not. I hate him, he's ugly.
Okay, right. So these weeds are probably something called darnel. And darnel was super dangerous. It could make you sick and even kill you if you ate it. But what made it even more deadly was that in the early stages of growing, darnel and wheat look exactly alike. Only after months of growing could you really tell the difference.
Oh, that dangerous, dastardly, deadly darnel.
So eventually, one of the servants notices that there are weeds growing amongst the wheat. So he runs straight to the king and he says, "King, did you know that there are weeds growing amongst the wheat?" And the king says, "No, this must be the work of my enemy." And the servant says, "Do you want us to go pull all the weeds up now?" And the king says, "No, you must wait because you could be pulling up good wheat at the same time. Wait until harvest. And at harvest time, we'll bind up all the darnel and we'll throw it into the fire and burn it all up." The end.
That's it? That's the end of the story?
Yep.
But what does it mean?
Well, remember, Jesus told stories like this because he was trying to give truth to people that wanted it, but hide truth from those who didn't want it. So the message is kind of hidden inside it.
Well, how do we find out what it means?
Thankfully, the disciples were very interested in knowing the meaning to this as well. They wanted to know the truth. So they went to Jesus privately and said, "Please tell us what this story about the wheat and the weeds means."
Oh, good.
Basically, Jesus explains that this story is really all about how the kingdom will come about. He says that while he is growing his own people for the kingdom of God, Satan, the evil one, is also growing up and raising up his own people as well. So it can get really confusing looking on the outside, trying to determine who is a God follower or a Jesus follower and who isn't.
Ah, so right now it could be confusing.
That's right. Look at the 12 disciples that are standing in front of Jesus right as he tells the story. I mean, all of them look like committed followers of Jesus, but one is a bad seed.
You mean Judas?
Yes, but right then, they couldn't tell who was the good seed and who was the bad seed. Everyone looked like Jesus followers.
Oh, so Judas is like the weeds among the wheat.
Yeah, but someday, God will divide everyone into 2 groups. Those of us who followed Jesus and those of us who followed Satan. And those who followed Satan will be taken and punished forever. But those who followed Jesus will be happy in his kingdom forever and ever.
Well, I suppose we'll have to be careful until that day.
Yes. First, we should never be surprised when we come across bad people who claim to be God's people. Because Jesus already told us there would be weeds amongst the wheat.
That's true. I knew a man in my local church who claimed to be a follower of God.
Yes?
But he wore Crocs. Can you imagine?
That's kind of different. Secondly, we should never be scared because God is in control of everything in our life, including the bad people. And someday, God will make everything right and the bad people will be separated from the good people.
But right now, God is intentionally choosing to wait, just like the landowner in the story.
Well, I guess we'll just have to trust that the king knows best.
Well, he is king after all.
Does Jesus tell another story?
Yes, but we'll have to wait on that until you say next time on Valley Kids.
Oh, sorry. Go again.
But we'll have to wait on that until
Next time on Valley... Wait, I don't like that angle. Next time on Valley Kids Online.
Guys, thanks so much for watching again today. I am always glad to see you each and every Sunday morning, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of you in person very soon. Until that time comes, be looking in the mail for a packet, an activity packet that you can do right at home. Now, if you receive one of our fall party packs, that will come automatically to you. But if you're a new viewer who's never received one, or you know of someone that you think would like to receive him, make sure you email me at jim@vbcsanrafael.org, and I will be sure to get them one if you give me their address. All right, until next time, that is all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time on Valley Kids Online.